Welcome to Real Life, where we share real stories, real moments, and real inspiration. Subscribe for content that connects with your everyday life. There was a time when Sylvester Stallone was so broke, so desperate that he had to make one of the most painful decisions of his life. He stood outside a liquor store, holding his beloved dog Butkus, and sold him to a stranger for $40 just so he could buy some food to survive. But let's rewind. Sylvester Stallone was born in 1946 in Hell's Kitchen, New York. A difficult birth left part of his face paralyzed, giving him the slurred speech and drooping mouth that became his trademark. As a child, he was bullied for his looks and his voice. He struggled in school, felt like an outsider, and dreamed of becoming an actor, but people laughed at him. They told him he wasn't good-looking enough, that his voice was strange, that he'd never make it. But Stallone refused to let go of his dream. He moved to New York to chase acting roles, but rejection hit him again and again. Over 1,500 auditions and no one wanted him. He was broke, jobless, evicted from his apartment. For 3 weeks, he slept at a bus station. With no money for food, no way to pay rent, and no help, Stallone made the heartbreaking decision to sell Butkus, the only companion who stood by him during those dark days. But then something changed. One night, Stallone watched the legendary boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner. That fight sparked something inside him. He rushed home, sat at his typewriter, and in just 3 days wrote the script for Rocky, a story about an underdog boxer who refuses to give up. He took the script to producers and they loved it. They offered him $100,000 for it, but there was a catch. They didn't want Stallone to star in the movie. They wanted a real actor. But Stallone refused. No matter how poor he was, no matter how desperate, he said. No Stallone, no Rocky. Producers raised the offer. $200,000. $300,000. $350,000. Stallone still said no. Finally, the producers gave in. And Rocky was made on a low budget with Stallone as the lead. When Rocky hit the theaters, it became an instant sensation. It was nominated for 10 Oscars, won Best Picture, and turned Stallone into a global star. And the most beautiful twist in the story? With his first paycheck, Stallone went back to that same liquor store, waited for days, and finally found the man who had bought Butkus. He offered to buy his dog back. The man charged him $15,000 and Stallone paid it without hesitation. Butkus was back with him and even starred alongside him in the Rocky movie. The boy who was told he was ugly. The man who slept on the streets. The actor who wouldn't sell out even when offered $350,000. Became one of the most iconic stars in Hollywood history. The moral? No matter how dark it gets, no matter how many times life knocks you down, if you refuse to quit, if you keep standing back up, you can win the fight. This is the power of resilience. This is the legend of Sylvester Stallone.